All righty, looks like we're live. Aloha there. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can use temperature to improve your immune and cardiovascular systems, to increase circulation and vitality, endorphins, which are the feel-good hormones, reduce depression, and so much more. Aloha there. My name is Darcy Frankel, and I'm a cleansing and rejuvenation specialist. I help people be healthy and feel better through different ways, in many different ways. At my day spa here on Kauai called the Hanalei Day Spa, and through my online courses and cleansing programs, which are accessible to anyone, videos just like this, visits to my day spa, and consultations that I do. So let's see. Did you know that temperature extremes have pronounced and profound healing effects on the body? Now, this video is the beginning of my home spa series of videos to help you bring Hanalei Day Spa to your home so you could feel better and be even healthier. I chose this topic to start with because I've been doing one of these practices lately and it makes me feel amazing. Now, did you know that using varying temperatures for creating greater levels of health has actually been around for thousands of years? In fact, in ancient India, they used certain forms of heat, cold, and even steam dating back thousands of years. In my research, I found that even in Sparta, there was a law that required all the citizens to take periodic cold baths. I thought that was really interesting. Now, in the early 90s, when I was in school to become a massage therapist, one of the owners of the massage school was a Seventh-day Adventist. So I learned all about that. And she took us on a retreat one weekend to to Alabama, where her colleagues taught us all about hydro and heliotherapy. I was really inspired. I particularly love the way that they ate all organic and clean, how they build their own homes and got fresh water from the land. It was really a great education, and I still use a lot of that to this day. Now, what is hydrotherapy? Simple. Hydro pertains to water, and therapy is anything that can be a therapy. Now, it's basically using different temperature water to heal. And I was taking a look at this book that I got when I was in massage school. I got it at Uchi Pines, called Home Remedies. And I was reading about how in the early 20s, the American Medical Association talked about how, Dr. Guy Hinsdale stated, water may act as a powerful stimulus according to its temperature. So based on the temperature, it can really help to heal. It was even used, tepid water baths were even used for people who were mentally unstable. They used it for typhoid. It was powerfully stimulating to the nervous system, fortifying the patient to conquer the infection. The United States Veterans Hospital used hydrotherapy for mental illness, general medical, and even surgical cases, and even tuberculosis. Goes on to talk about bronchial pneumonia and many other cases for using different types of hydroheliotherapy, such as hot and cold fomentation or brisk massage with these mitts, these cold friction mitts. I thought that was really interesting. All right. Now, why do people do this? Why would people want to try this? Well, studies show that heat or cold applied to different areas of the body affect that area, as well as other organs and systems that are reflexively connected. Now, what does that mean? So, for instance, when you apply hot and cold to the head, neck, face, or hands, did you know that it actually brings fresh blood flow supply to the brain? In addition, access to the whole upper respiratory tract, reflex area are the hands, the feet, the upper chest, and and the upper chest. So if you apply hot or cold to this area or the hands or the feet, immersing your hands in alternate hot and cold water, this helps the upper respiratory system. Now, the body is really interconnected, and there are many different areas of the body where some type of stimulation affects another area. This is where the whole science of reflexology comes into play. And it's not just the hands and the feet, and it's not just massage. So with reflexology, if you don't know what that is, there are certain actual maps of the hands, of the feet, of the ears, of the tongue, of certain areas of the body where if you massage, connects to another area. For instance, massaging here helps to stimulate the thyroid, the sinuses, the liver, the spleen, the intestines, the brain, the spine, and so on. You could look up reflexology. It's really a fascinating system. So, and also, as another example, you can massage, apply heat or cold to one area, and it helps another. For instance, there are spots, the top of the hand and the feet connects to the whole lymphatic system. Now, what are some more benefits of hydrotherapy? Gosh, there are multiple beneficial effects on health, such as improvement of the whole immune and cardiovascular systems and circulation, enhancing vitality. It increases endorphins, which are those feel-good hormones. In fact, hydrotherapy has been frequently used for depression, especially the types that are hard to treat. There was one study that I came across where over 3,000 participants did a cold shower every day for 30 days. Now, the primary outcome, which is really fascinating, resulted in 29% fewer sick days. And the secondary outcomes were things like increased productivity and quality of life. So I thought that was great. Cold temperatures also improve metabolism. And did you know that they activate the brown or good type of fat in the body? Now, activation of cold strengthens the muscles and delays fatigue due to the increased blood flow in the deep muscles that are caused by this restriction of the blood flow in the superficial and the peripheral areas. So it shunts, it squeezes the blood to the deep, to the deep muscles and tissues. Hot showers help with muscle relaxation, and stimulation of the vagus nerve has been shown to reduce seizures, trauma, PTSD, which essentially turns off the fight or flight response that is chronically turned on in many people with chronic illnesses, chronic inflammation, Alzheimer's, chronic stress, even treatment-resistant anxiety disorders, headaches, other neurological and neurodegenerative diseases. Now, we're going to come back to the benefits of stimulating the vagus nerve and how to do it, and how this helps to stimulate the vagus nerve in the how-to part. All right. So how do you do it? The very simple version is you simply apply alternating hot and cold to areas of your body, or apply heat or cold to your body. Now, here's a couple of really cool examples. I'll give you this first one because it is my new favorite. I feel amazing afterwards. All those benefits that I listed and then some. It is an alternating hot and cold shower. Now, I'll tell you exactly how to do it. But to start with, you want to make sure you have a really, really good shower filter because there can be intense toxins such as fluoride, chlorine, chemicals, and even drugs in your municipal drinking water. Yes, that's right. I said drugs in your municipal drinking, showering, and bathing water, such as opioids, hormones, like birth control pills, hormone replacements, which men definitely do not want, antibiotics, antidepressants. So these can all are common in municipal drinking water. And the NATA report tells us that we consume 100 times more of these harmful toxins in a shower than we can ever drink in a day because we inhale them and we drink them in through our skin. Now, I'll put a link below for the filter that I recommend, and also make sure to have the bathroom really well ventilated. So what's going to happen is you'll rotate between hot and cold 3 to 6 times for 2, 4, or maybe even 5 minutes each turn. Now, go ahead and begin with a nice warm shower and then just slowly dial it up and making it a little hotter. Now, don't worry about any extreme temperatures during the first round or two. So you want to just let it wash over your whole body and get nice and warm. Then take your turn and turn it to cool. Let the shower run over your whole body. Now, as you get to hotter and colder, I'll even show you 2 tips to really boost your experience. All right, now after a couple minutes, switch back to hot, and you'll notice that you can tolerate heat a little bit more now. Allow the water to run over your sacrum, which is the triangular bone at the base of your back, and the lower back. Now, this will positively affect the colon, the bowels, the bladder, the kidneys. Remember that reflexive effect? That happens with organs and systems and tissues as well. It affects these dermatomes, which are nerve pathways. All right, so then allow the hot water to run on your neck, the front, the sides, and the back. This starts to stimulate the organs in the area, the thyroid, parathyroid, the brain, and the vagus nerve. Now, I briefly mentioned the vagus nerve before, but I wanted to tell you a little bit more about stimulating the vagus nerve. It is profound. They're doing a lot of research on this, and coming to find out how people who've had chronic PTSD with either massage to the vagus nerve or hot and cold therapy like we're going to do get out of this fight or flight response much quicker. It's really amazing. So let the water run on the sides of the neck. So the vagus comes from the brain. It innervates the brain and the body. So there's nerves that send signals to the brain, and there's nerves in the brain that send signals to the body. So it really helps to stimulate all of this. Now, switch to even colder than it was before, which you can comfortably do now because you just were at hotter. Now, if you really like to stimulate your lymphatic system, go ahead and lift one arm up. This allows gravity to go ahead and draw the lymphatic fluid back into the lymph glands. Then what you can do as the water's cold, you just take your hand and make a circle around the actual shower head. And what will happen is the water will will go around your whole shoulder girdle into your underarm. It'll be really nice. So you're allowing gravity to work, you're allowing water to access and positively affect your underarm and lymphatic area. So what happens is that our lymphatic system gets really, really stagnant. It only moves with breathing, massage, and exercise. And so it tends to stagnate in these areas. And when we do this hot and cold therapy, the blood just squeezes, like I mentioned, from the superficial areas to the deep and then back to the superficial. The lymphatic system just gets pumped and circulated and recirculated. Really, really amazing. So you want to do that with each arms, with each of the arms. Okay, then cold on your neck all the way around, stimulating the vagus nerves, thereby reducing stress and trauma. Now go down to your sacrum and let it just run down your legs for a while. And remember, when you're doing your back, let it hit the back of your neck and run down your whole spine. Then, after a few minutes, it's time to switch again. This time, if you can tolerate it, make it a little hotter, but don't burn yourself. Now, remember, you have the spots. Your neck, let it go down your whole back, all the way around, your arms circling, your whole spine, your sacrum. So then switch and make it cold, even colder this time. Now remember your whole body, the sacrum, spine, neck, lift the arms. Now, if you want another extra boost, and ladies, if you're working on breast health or doing my breast cleanse, grab a large block of ice. I use a big yogurt container and I just fill it up when I'm finished. So then what I do is, as the water's running, the cold water's running on me, I literally take this ice block after a couple of rounds on over my vagus nerve. Yeah, I'm serious. I actually do my shoulder too, because it's been a little sensitive lately. I'm doing more massage. And then I go around on my breasts, each breast. And this really helps to pump the whole lymphatic, the lymphatic fluid. And I also cover my underarms with this huge block of ice. So I'm literally, do the sides all the way around my neck. If you want to know what I do, all the way around my neck, do my breasts, my underarms, and the shoulder, and any other areas that need extra healing. And then I plop it back in. I go back to hot. Right now we're probably on round 4 of 6. And then I go back to cold, and I do the ice several times. And let me tell you, you're going to feel amazing. So you want to do 4 to 6 rounds total, and you end with cold. Towel off, and then I like to apply a little coconut oil to my skin. And I will bet you a nickel that you're going to feel amazing. I can't wait to hear about your experience. So remember to let me know at the bottom. All right. Another example that my husband and I frequently use, he uses it more than I do, is to do an alternating hot and cold just hands and or foot bath. Now remember, the hands connect to the whole body. It's really amazing. You just get 2 large bowls or 2 pots, make one super cold with ice in it, and make one pretty hot, and you just leave your hands in each one. Go back and forth 5 or 6 times, 30 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes each, and you end with the cold plunge. These are 2 really great ways to heal using water, to use hydroheliotherapy. Now, couple precautions. Obviously, don't scald yourself with super hot or super cold. Never use dry ice. Now, when the heat treatments are given, gradually increase the temperature over 3 to 5 minutes. If advanced too quickly, what happens, vasoconstriction can actually happen, which is counterproductive. Vasoconstriction is constriction of the, the vascular system. Diabetes, if somebody has diabetes, do not apply extreme hot or cold to the feet. If someone's paralyzed or unconscious, we don't use this. If you're feeling chilled, don't do this. Let's see. Let me just recap. So those were 2 ways to use Heal with Water. A little bit about it and about the process that I actually use. And remember, you can use coconut oil on your skin after. Really is a nice touch after. Those are 2 applications of hydrotherapy. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and try it. You have the ingredients, hot and cold shower. Just remember to get a really good water filter. I'll put a link down below. And if you're interested in my breast cleanse or any one of my cleanses, I will put some of that information down below. You could learn more. If you found this interesting, I have lots of other videos that you can check out. Go ahead and subscribe. When you do find value, please like, comment, and share, because that helps me too. Alrighty, looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure spending time with you. I will see if there's any questions. I will always answer your questions. So thank you for them because they help. Let's see. I don't see any questions or comments, but go ahead and ask them. Thank you so much for your time. Aloha.